They said it would die, that modern Jamaica would move on, that the old ways, the drumming, the spirit possession, the dancing, would fade into distant memory. But here we are today, and revivalism isn't just alive, it's stronger than ever. So, what is it about this Afro-Christian movement that refuses to be silenced? Why does revivalism still grip the hearts of thousands across Jamaica? The answers lie deep in our history, carved into the souls of people who refuse to let their spirits be broken. Origins and early growth. Picture Jamaica in the 1860s, a land in the throes of change. Slavery had ended just 2 decades earlier, yet freedom was a bitter illusion for many. Oppression lingered in new forms. The people needed hope. They needed power. They needed a connection with the divine that no church pew could provide. Then came the Great Revival. It swept through North America and Britain, leaving its mark on Jamaica. But this wasn't just a Christian awakening, it was a spiritual rebellion. African traditions, long buried under colonial rule, burst forth. Spirit possession, healing rituals, and drumming, elements of Mayaism, an ancestral African practice, merged with Christianity to form something new, something electrifying: revivalism. In towns and villages, prayer meetings erupted into frenzied worship. Evangelistic bands carried the fire of revivalism from parish to parish. The movement spread, a lifeline for the downtrodden, a force colonial rule couldn't contain. By the late 1800s, revivalism had become deeply entrenched in the cultural fabric of Jamaica, forming the backbone of spiritual resilience among the working class. Factors contributing to the rise of revivalism. Why did revivalism take such a firm grip on the island? The reasons run deep. Jamaicans needed something that Orthodox Christianity failed to give them: an intimate, visceral connection with God. Revivalism offered just that. Worshippers didn't just pray, they felt the divine. They saw visions, they trembled and spoke in tongues. But this was more than religion. This was resistance. Colonial rulers and European missionaries tried to erase African traditions, but revivalism kept them alive. Every beat of the drum, every chant, every spiritual possession was an act of defiance, a way to say, "We are still here, we remember." Add poverty and oppression to the mix, and it became clear why revivalism flourished. It provided community, healing, and most of all, power. In a world where the poor had little control, revivalism gave them something no one could take: spiritual authority. And in the 20th century, when new waves of economic hardship struck, revivalist churches became more than places of worship. They became social hubs, offering food, shelter, and guidance for the marginalized. This role continues today, strengthening revivalism's hold on Jamaican society. Beliefs and practices. Revivalism split into 2 branches: Revival Zion, 60 Order, and Pocomania, 61 Order. Both deeply spiritual, both electrifying, but distinct. Revival Zion leans closer to traditional Christianity, with a focus on healing and prophecy. Pocomania, however, is where the African roots run wild: spirit possession, ritual drumming, and ancestor veneration. Both thrive on power and the ability to connect directly with the spirit world. Then there's the music, the singing, the dancing. These aren't just acts of worship. They are gateways, openings between the physical and spiritual realms. The drumming calls spirits forth, the dancing ushers them in, and those who are touched become vessels for the divine. One of the most striking aspects of revivalism is the role of women. Unlike in many religious traditions, women hold significant leadership positions in revivalist churches. They are prophets, healers, and spiritual guides, shaping the movement in ways that defy traditional gender roles. Challenges and controversies, but not everyone understood. Not everyone approved. Revivalists have faced ridicule for decades, called obeah workers, dismissed as superstitious, and ostracized by mainstream Christian denominations. The movement has been shrouded in misunderstanding, viewed as something dark, something other. And even within revivalism, there were divisions. Some leaders sought to move closer to Christianity, while others fought to preserve the African core. External forces, missionaries, colonial authorities, and even modern evangelicals have worked to suppress revivalist practices. Yet through it all, revivalism persisted, contributions and achievements. Despite the opposition, revivalism has given more to Jamaica than it has ever taken. It preserved African traditions that would have been lost. It birthed musical forms that would later influence reggae, dancehall, and mento. It built tight-knit communities where the sick are healed, the lost are guided, and the weary find strength. Revivalism has also served as a bridge, connecting generations. Grandparents pass down stories of visions and miracles. Young revivalists find solace in their heritage, learning the sacred rhythms and chants that have echoed for centuries. And today, revivalism is gaining recognition. In 2024, UNESCO recognized the Wat Town Revival Pilgrimage as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, a global acknowledgement of what revivalists have always known. This is more than faith. This is identity, current status, and future prospects. Revivalism isn't fading, it's evolving. Yes, many of its followers are older, but younger generations are returning. They are finding meaning in the power of their ancestors. They are embracing a spirituality that feels real in a world that often doesn't. New revivalist movements are even appearing in the diaspora. In cities like London, Toronto, and New York, Jamaican immigrants have carried their faith with them, establishing revivalist churches and communities abroad. The road ahead isn't without challenges. Stigma still lingers. Modernization threatens to dilute the old ways. But revivalism has adapted before, and it will again, because at its core, revivalism is alive. It moves, breathes, dances. And as long as there are Jamaicans who seek fire, spirit, and power, revivalism will never die. Here are 2 bonus facts for you. Number 1. Some revivalist rituals involve the use of sacred seals, symbolic drawings made on the ground during ceremonies. These seals are believed to serve as portals for spiritual power and protection. Number 2. Revivalism has influenced modern Jamaican music far beyond traditional drumming. Many reggae and dancehall artists incorporate revivalist chants, rhythms, and call-and-response singing into their performances. Jamaica's revivalist churches have endured slavery, colonialism, and rejection. They have been mocked, misunderstood, and dismissed. And yet, here they stand, stronger than ever. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to our channel, Impacting Jamaica Today.